Halo, good evening Tribuners. Welcome back with me Mutiara in Indonesian News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here the complete news. The first news is a box truck suspected of transporting illegal diesel overturned. A box truck carrying diesel overturned on Kemang Highway, Kemang District, Bogor Regency on Monday, April 4, 2022. This accident resulted in traffic jams for several kilometers. According to security information around Wawan, this incident occurred in the morning. It is not clear what caused this car to roll over. There were no fatalities in this incident, but after the car overturned, the driver fled. It is known this vehicle suffered severe damage to the box so that the inside can be seen. The truck contained two large drums of diesel fuel. Meanwhile, the driver fled because he was carrying an illegal diesel load. To break up the congestion, the damaged vehicle was evacuated to the side of the road using an excavator which was repairing a damaged road in Kemang Highway, Bogor Regency. The next news is, the Laman Betang traditional house was burned down. The Laman Betang traditional house located in Laman Noras Hamlet, Batu Badak Village, Menukung District, Melawi Regency was destroyed by fire. The fire incident occurred on Sunday, April 3, 2022 at an estimated 2:30 p.m. According to information, the Betang house on the Laman Oras of Batu Badak Village, Menukung District contained 28 doors that were burned, 2 people were burned, and 6 motorbikes were burned down. The cause of the fire is not yet known. As a result of the fire, hundreds of residents consisting of 27 family cars residents of the Betang house lost their homes. Some of their property burned down. There were no casualties from the incident. He said, the villagers who live in the yard of Betang are currently in temporary shelters or refugee camps. Currently, residents really accept the local and central government or related agencies. The next news is discovery of baby's corpse in Tanah Toraja. Residents of Rantai Kalua District Mengkendek, Tanah Toraja were shocked by the discovery of the baby's body on Sunday, April 3, 2022 in the afternoon. When found, the baby's body was carried by 3 dogs. The baby's body was first discovered by a 19-year-old resident named Jehoshaphat. He saw 3 dogs come to his boarding house beating the baby's body. Allegedly, the baby's body was cut off because it was bitten by a dog. Meanwhile, the Mengkendek sector police personnel, after receiving the report, immediately went to the scene. Then coordinate with Indonesian Automatic Fingerprint System personnel from the Tanah Toraja Reserve Police. From the result of the crime scene, the pieces of the baby's corpse consisted of the abdomen to the legs, still equipped with an umbilical cord and mouth. It is estimated that the baby is 1 day old after being born by his parents. After being found, the baby's body parts were taken to the hospital. Residents suspect that the corpse of the poor baby was the result of an illicit relationship. The next news is, flood victims in Tanjung Batu Village get a new house. Jamila Benga, a resident of Tanjung Batu Village, and a son began cleaning their new house in the Waisesa area, Ileape sub-district on Saturday, April 2, 2022. He wiped the window pane while his only child mopped the inside floor. In other house in the relocation complex, residents of Tanjung Batu Village also did the same thing. Survivors of the floods and landslides on the 4th of April 2021 began to enter their new homes. The relocation housing complex also looked crowded. Small children are also fun playing in the yard, Jamila Phil said, reminding about the disaster a year ago that claimed many lives and forced the survivors to flee their villages. Meanwhile, at this time, he is also happy because he has a new house built by the central government. That's why Jamila and her family won't have to live in the garden cottage anymore. She thanked the government for building new homes for survivors of the floods and landslide that hit Lembata Regency a year ago. The same feeling was also expressed by Henry Kusola and his wife, who were preparing their new house to be occupied. They are also preparing to move from their cottage in the garden to a new house in Waisesa. The residents of Tanjung Batu village are happy to have a new house provided by the government, but they also feel sad because memories of the disaster a year ago are still fresh in their minds. The next news is Suzuya Mall Banda Aceh burned down. The Suzuya Mall Banda Aceh shopping center, which is located on Tengku Umar Road, Islam Temen, Jaya Baru district on Monday, April 4, 2022 was burned out. The fire that caught the attention of the city's residents occurred twice. At noon yesterday at around 11:30 a.m., the fire first appeared from the goods storage warehouse on the second floor and then quickly spread to the warehouse on the third floor and the front of the mall. It was reported that it had been extinguished, but after Maghrib, the flames suddenly appeared again. In the video, which quickly spread on social media and was also received by Serambi, you can see the flames rising so high that it spread to the main building or the top floor of the biggest shopping center in Banda Aceh. Until this news was revealed at around 11 p.m. last night, officers were still struggling to tame the red rooster. According to information compiled by Serambi, the first fire during the day occurred while visitors were shopping. Upon learning that there were a fire, Suzuya's visitors and employees immediately rushed outside to save themselves. 20 fire engines were dispatched to the scene. The extinguishing process was also assisted by a water cannon belonging to the Banda Aceh City Resort Police. The head witness for the guidance and development of firefighters at the Banda Aceh Fire and Rescue Service (UDI) said the fire had only been tamed at around 4 p.m. o'clock or 4.5 hours after the incident. Even though the fire was extinguished at around 5 p.m. o'clock, smoke was still visible above the roof of Suzuya Mall. Because of that, officers are still on standby while making sure the fire is completely extinguished. UDI said that the process of extinguishing the fire was carried out by 70 officers. He explained that the smoke in the building was very thick. According to UDI, there were no casualties in the incident. The main cause of the fire, he said, was not yet known. The next news is disclosure of narcotics cases in North Sulawesi. The North Sulawesi Regional Police carried out a press release on the disclosure of narcotics cases during the period of March 2022 on Monday, the 4th of April 2022. This activity was led directly by the head of public relations for the North Sulawesi Police, Police Grand Commissioner Jules Abraham Abbas, and the Drug and Drug Administration for the North Sulawesi Police, Police Grand Commissioner Budi Samekto. In this press release, it was revealed that 13 suspects were arrested. The head of public relations, in his explanation, explained that the perpetrators obtained drugs in several ways. First, they buy from sellers in Jakarta, bring directly from outside the North Sulawesi area. buy directly from the sellers in the area by ordering via cell phone, and buy from patients who own hard drugs and distribute them to the customers. The head of public relations found that there were several crime scenes, first in the Tondano sub-district, Minahasa district, the northern Minahasa Kalawat sub-district, and the Manado city district. Different punishments and fines are given to the perpetrators. Some are 12 years, 10 to 20 years. There are fines that reach 1 billion rupiah. The last uses. Police confiscate 75 alcoholic drinks around Unaha sub-district Konawe. Konawe Resort Police says that 72 liquor of various brands and 5 jerrycans of traditional Pongasi type alcohol. Ops criminal investigator of the Konawe Resort Police, Second Police Inspector Laode Anti said that the alcohol was secured from 2 different locations around Unaha District Konawe Regency, Southeast Sulawesi. Among them, he said, were dimly lit stalls and stalls in an area known as the Rahabangga Afternoon Market. Second Police Inspector Laode Anti added that this alcohol was caught in the Anoa concentration operation, which was carried out from the 1 to 2 April 2022. Head of the operation section for the Konawe Police Resort, Police Commissioner Jamaluddin Saho explained that in this operation, his party was targeting night entertainment places and locations that are often used as a public diseases. Furthermore, Police Commissioner Jamal also said that his party will publish the result of the operation, which will be held until the 15th of April 2022. Well, I think that's all the news for today with me, Mutiara. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.